stunning allegations tonight coming into us that Texas officials have been given orders to push migrant kids and others back into the river at the border, with the state trooper calling it inhumane that those migrants are apparently not being given water, alleging that some of them, including a 4-year-old girl, are getting hurt on razor wire, with one woman allegedly stuck on the wire while suffering a miscarriage. That's according to internal emails. You can see them right here, obtained by NBC News and first reported by the Houston Chronicle. A senior Customs and Border Protection official tells our team that wire hung by Texas DPS, the Texas Department of Public Safety, you can see it here, it's called concertina wire. They say it is hurting migrants, which is why the Border Patrol is doing more to try to help. Now, a spokesperson for the Texas DPS tells NBC News the allegations this particular trooper is making are, in their words, outrageous. We are also hearing more from those state officials. Operation Lone Star, that's the operation from Governor Greg Abbott to try to stop illegal immigration. They're also pushing back on these allegations. Julia Ainsley is covering this one for us tonight, and it is extraordinary what is being alleged by this state trooper here of the way that some of these migrant children and babies and people coming across are being treated.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. This is one of their own, someone from within their ranks. As we know, in Texas, under this Operation Lone Star, started in 2021 by Governor Greg Abbott, he moved some people who have never seen the border down to the border. One of those people saw some things that he just couldn't keep to himself, and he sent an email internally to Texas DPS that's now been obtained by the Houston Chronicle and by us, where he details some things like the 4-year-old who was passing out from exhaustion and not given water, like a man who had to tear his child off of that razor-sharp concertina wire. I've seen it being hung. It was definitely being built up right around the lifting of Title 42 in May. Now, DHS is weighing in on this, even though they're the federal
agency.
Here.
To be clear, this is there's a distinction between what's happening at the state level, it seems, and federal.
And that's really what tells this whole story, because usually immigration is a federal issue, but Greg Abbott wanted to make it a state issue, and that's when he began this operation. And they said, look, CBP actually does have some problems with this because it impedes their operations when they have to go in and rescue. And in a statement, they said, this report is troubling if true. It is cruel and inhumane, and we can both enforce our laws and treat human beings with dignity.
We mentioned that new statement from Operation Lone Star. It's more pushback, right?
Yeah, they're saying, look, this is outrageous. We've issued no orders or directions that would compromise human lives.
So they're saying they didn't order people and babies and kids to be pushed back into the river. They're saying we didn't do that.
Yeah, let's talk about what orders mean.
Yes.
Here. So there was never a memo that went out that said, hey, keep all the babies out and don't give anybody water. But according to this person who was down there, this trooper who witnessed it firsthand, he was ordered by other people within Texas DPS not to administer that. Now, when I got on the phone with Texas DPS today, they said, look, if we give water to everybody, they're just going to want to keep coming across the river. We'll step in when we think it's a medical emergency, and we urge our state troopers to use common sense. But, you know, the line can get gray there, and it can get dangerous.
Where does this go? In other words, is there going to be an investigation? Does the federal agency have any sort of jurisdiction to come and oversee Operation Lone Star? It is, like I said, it's a little bit murky here because of the federal versus state distinction.
About who could step in and who could actually claim harm. We often see states suing the federal government over their policies. Perhaps we would see this go the other way if it got to that point.
Julia Ainsley, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you bringing us that reporting.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.